You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, Bold and the Beautiful fans, I've got your 2-week spoilers for September 9th through 20th. We're going to look for Taylor Hayes being a real pit bull and Bill Spencer back to waffling. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and let's get started with the action coming this Monday, September 9th. We have got Finn and Steffy reunited already, and of course, they're all loved up. Their love fest is going to continue. Looks like the angst she had over the Hope kiss is gone. She is just so happy to have her man back and to be out of that cage. Nothing like time in a cage without a bucket to give you perspective on how good your marriage is. So we are going to have Kelly Spencer and some Hayes Finnegan scenes as their little family is reunited for some quality time. But then Steffy's got some business to take care of later this week. Meanwhile, Bill is all torn up about this Poppy and Luna thing. I mean, none of it is his fault. He is one of the victims, even though he didn't get murdered. And Liam is there with his dad, letting him talk through his feelings. And Liam is also going to be there with the only brother he has in town to do the same thing later this week. The big thing is Bill's guilt going to extend to letting Poppy stay in his life when he's all creeped out? I mean, every time he kisses Poppy from here on out, is he going to see Luna kissing him? Because that's just icky, and that could be a real intimacy problem. Meanwhile, Hope insists again to Brooke that she is not going to let her feelings for Finn get out of control. What's crazy is she still even has feelings for Finn at this point. The doctor told her, stop it. I don't want you. I never wanted you. I will never want you. I mean, it's not even a friend zone at this point. He is just not even wanting to breathe the same air that she has, but she's not going to stop. Tuesday, September 10th, the Forrester family gets together. They are so excited that Steffy survived this ordeal, and I'm sure they're going to process everything as a family, but they're treating it sort of as a homecoming celebration now that she is back and safe. Zende is going to be on hand. RJ should be on hand, and I hope these cousins kind of unpack what Luna did to them, because she essentially pitted them against each other just because she wanted another man in her bed. And I'm sure somebody is going to fill in the gaps for them on the extent of Luna's insanity. Bill and Poppy have a serious talk. They go back through what happened. And of course, Poppy still wants Bill in her life, but she's got to understand that her daughter being a psychotic killer who kissed him, might be a relationship deal breaker, but she definitely still wants him around. And we'll see how Bill handles that. Wednesday, September 11th, Will sits down with Katie and Bill at the mansion. And of course, hopefully by then he'll have heard about Luna. She's got to be front page news, right? But they're going to talk through, the fact that he doesn't have a sister and Bill was tricked and all that. And the bottom line is Will thinks Bill should cut Poppy out of his life. I don't disagree. It's very problematic. And he, in fact, wants Katie back with Bill, and I have no doubt that his mom is hoping to see that happen as well. And maybe she assumes that Bill's going to show Poppy the door. But, is Dollar Bill really going to show somebody that's that into him out the door? Maybe not. We'll talk about it more in the week 2 spoilers. Meanwhile, Taylor circles back around to her daughter Steffy and says, I don't care what Hope says. I don't care that she, says she made a mistake and it won't happen again. I think it will happen again. Taylor's mindset now is that Hope is just a mini version of Brooke, Brooke 2.0. Thursday, September 12th. Speaking of Hope, she goes to Steffy to apologize. Whoops, I kissed your husband. She tried to apologize before, if you remember, when Steffy confronted her in the design office 2 weeks ago before she got stuck in that cage. And Steffy didn't even let her get the apology out. She told her she didn't want to hear it. So maybe Steffy will hear what Hope has to say. She's not going to like it. She's not going to buy it. And what's interesting is in the promo, where Steffy is saying, I'm not going to allow you to turn out like Brooke. It almost sounds like Steffy wants to save her, which is interesting. You know, like, I want to stop you from going down this path. They have a very old rivalry. And, you know, if this is Steffy's mindset, I don't think Hope's going to be open to it, because she's always going to be a Brooke defender, and she doesn't see her actions as like that. And I don't see her actions as like that either, because when Brooke approached Ridge when he was with Taylor, Ridge was always open to it. In this case, Finn is not open to it. Hope is foisting her attention on a man with no interest who keeps telling her no. It's borderline stalkery and creepy. Meanwhile, Finn has a serious talk with his mother, Lee Finnegan, and he really wants her to step up and be a sister to Poppy and to reconcile as sisters. And no doubt Poppy could use a sister right now with her daughter facing, I mean, who even knows what sort of penalty for premeditated murder and attempted murder of a third person. I think Luna is going to be gone for a very long time. And Lee did say to Luna that despite her being disappointed in Poppy's life choices, she does love her sister. So maybe it'll work out. And Brooke versus Taylor in a situation where Taylor is saying things about Hope, possibly to Hope. We can't tell from the spoiler. And Brooke has to defend her daughter again, which seems to be a chorus she's singing every day, because what Hope has done is indefensible. Meanwhile, Liam sits down with Will on Friday the 13th. They talk about Bill and Poppy and Luna and Katie, and looks like the brothers are on the same page. They want Poppy out of their dad's life and Katie back into it. Will Liam join in with Will on the parent trapping? I think that would be great. And Hope for the Future may officially be ending, because Steffy and Eric and Carter sit down and they are ready to drop the line. It's interesting that Ridge is not part of the trio that's talking about it, maybe because they know that he has a built-in bias about it because Brooke keeps pressuring him. Heading into the week of the 16th through the 20th of September, Bill may be torn between women once again, but at least this time it's not sisters. Although I do bet Lee and Poppy might be up for a little sisterly drama, fighting over, you know, a hot hunk of beefcake like him, like Katie and Brooke used to do back in the day. Will is set on trying to reunite his parents, and he may be a source of strife if Bill gets close to Poppy again, and Liam is right there in the thick of it with him. We may see Lee take Finn's words to heart and extend an olive branch to Poppy in this second week of episodes, while Taylor versus Brooke escalates, and I'm sure it's going to keep escalating. Hope overstepped. Taylor's on guard. I think she's going to be up at Forrester Creations giving the evil eye to Hope every chance she gets, and Brooke isn't going to like that at all, but Taylor is insistent that she won't let Hope do to Steffy and Finn what Brooke did to Ridge and Taylor, although I know a lot of fans don't see Brooke as the one at fault there. Expect some reaction from Zende and RJ as word spreads that they were both duped. Hopefully they will reconcile as cousins and try to put that lunatic behind them. And when Steffy chews Hope after her apology is rebuffed, I do think Hope's fixation on Finn may double down instead of dissipating. We'll see. All I know is we need Thomas Forrester back now. All right, those are our 2-week spoilers. Please drop your comments. Subscribe if you're not following us. Come back soon. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, talking bold and the beautiful 7 days a week.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.